Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Lucinda.
And today we are going to be talking about that added palette when we move from the 12 to the 16 palette system, which happens to be a soft spring. We get a good amount of questions comparing the other three springs within the 12 palette system. And today we are going to be deep diving into what the differences is and could you be a soft spring?
One thing that I feel like we need to say, this is installment 2 in dealing with these mythical seasons. You know, there are people out there who don't even believe that they're real. By the time we finish the video, you're going to be like, yeah, they're real.
Well, they're not trained on it, I should say. So it's not, we can clearly see that there are some systems that do not have everything. Like the 4-season system leaves a whole lot of added palettes.
Well, what happened, let's talk about that. Let's go back to where it all started. Back in the day, we had winters, springs, summers, and autumns. 4 palettes.
Right.
Just 4. And everybody had to fit in one. And if you didn't fit in one color analyst might say, well, you're in this. And another one might say, well, you're in this. And you might be told 3 different palettes or something. That's because none of them were accurate for you. Now, evolving from the 4 seasons came 12 seasons, which broke each of the 4 seasons up into 3 subseasons. Now, the subseasons dealt with the dominant characteristics. So let's do spring, because that's what we're talking about today. Springs became warm springs. You know, that's warm was dominant for them. You had a lot of warmth, hair, eyes, skin. Or light spring, everything was light, hair, skin, eyes. Or clear springs, lots of contrast. And that's where they stopped. Because when you're talking about a spring, you're talking about light person and warm person. And contrast in the original 4 seasons wasn't really dealt with, right?
Nope.
But the 12 palettes started talking about contrast, but they said, you know, most springs are high contrast. So the ones that are soft, we'll make them light or warm, you know, something else. But they didn't want to deal with soft because that was the rarest of the 4. So when we're talking 16 palettes, we get to have soft springs. When a person is warm, we said when they're light, they can be soft. You can look at this person and say, well, there's not a lot of contrast there. Now, you might be out there thinking, where, show me a soft spring. So basically, what that means is the general brightness or the high and the low contrast, mostly in the hair with soft springs, or it's less than. Their hair is, and I hate to say this word because it implies that it's less gorgeous, but is duller. And I mean that in a jewelry sense. It's not as flashy, not as really bright high contrast, really deep contrast sitting next to each other. It's just kind of soft.
Softer.
We are soft. I'm a softie. She's a softie. So basically what you don't see is lots of white and lots of black in terms of our tone. You just see kind of a lot of middle. And I love being soft. Being soft is great. So this is a case where you could be light and warm, but not have a ton of contrast. Now, what movie star out there could be, and I do need to give you a caveat. Blondes in Hollywood tend to just be all over the place. One, you know, you'll see them on a talk show and their hair will be really high contrast, and then you'll see them in a movie and their hair will be back to hardly any Blondes are all over the place. So having said that, I found a star who naturally, I'm going to say naturally because there are pictures of her where she's had her hair highlighted and she doesn't look as soft. She looks clearer. But what movie star, this is a pop quiz, is generally and naturally soft?
I've already cheated. I already know.
Oh, well, tell them.
Amanda Seyfried.
Yes. So, and I had her say it because I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
I'm sure if I said it wrong, you guys will let me know in the comments below.
Yes, please. So let's look at her. Okay. Is she light? Yeah. Yes. Is she warm? Yeah.
Sometimes.
But she's, but I mean,
I have seen her.
Hollywood blondes,
Yes.
all over the place.
We're
But-
thinking golden blonde.
and
Amanda
I'm thinking,
Seyfried.
this picture right here, is she light? Yes. Is she warm? Yes. But is she very light? Can we call her a light spring? No. Can we call her a warm spring? No, not enough warmth. Is she clear in this photo? No. She doesn't have lots of highs, lots of lows. She's soft. She's ishy. Her hair, it's blondish, you know? And now we're going to show you when she puts dramatic highlights in her hair, what changes. Look at the difference. She doesn't become like ultra clear spring.
No, but with like a punched up lip and some brows, she will definitely become more high contrast.
Oh, well, look at the photo. Punched up lip and punched up brows.
Right.
Now, what I'm going to do is next, I'm going to show you a real clear, and again, Hollywood blonde. When I say a real clear spring, I'm going to tell you what they are typically, mostly how you see them.
I was going to say, we've seen Margot Robbie with black hair, with red hair, with blonde hair, blue, green, what you name it. We have seen her in all different hairstyles.
But this is such a fantastic example because if you look at her, we chose photos that were very close to Amanda in terms of coloring and in terms of tone-ish. But if you look at Margot next to Amanda, you see that Margot has the highs and the lows. And Amanda, it's just pulled down into kind of a soft realm. And it all just is veiled and soft. Now, I want to show you something else. I want to really zoom in on the hair itself because this is fun.
And this is what really determines the differences.
Right. So looking at Margot's hair on the right, you see highs and lows. And looking at Amanda's hair on the left, you see highs and lows. But then Margot's hair is brighter.
Right.
And Amanda's hair is softer. Even when you lay them up right next to each other and compare them as close as you possibly can. Now, this is for you color analysts out there because this is going to be such an important lesson for you. Because these days, you can't just trust, I think she's this. You got to know. And here's a case where if you're looking at the two of them, somebody who isn't professional or who hasn't done this as long as you have, they might say, she's a bright spring. Because everybody's a bright spring. Look deeply and look carefully at the nuance, the difference.
And you got to also remember with the softer palettes, that usually designates they are leaning more towards neutral. So if you look at the hair between Amanda Seyfried and Margot Robbie, you're going to see there's a lot more warmth between Margot Robbie than there is in Amanda's. So
she's definitely a little cooler.
Right.
Ishy,
more neutral.
Ishy, moving in that direction. And that is such a good observation because softer people don't have the color extremes that clearer people do.
Right. So that's another thing to be mindful of. If somebody is leaning more warm but not extremely warm, then that could be another sign of neutrality. Because remember, if you are high contrast, you're pulling a lot more warmth than a softer person.
Well, I hate to take this away from soft spring, but since I've got you, and you can be my example, then I'm just going to have to deal with a soft autumn. Her. She's a soft autumn, right? Yep. Now, I have some friends who have vibrant red hair, like red hair. Sarah, and remember, everything's relative. So Sarah sitting next to this person with vibrant red hair, really red hair, then Sarah's hair looks brown.
Right.
She loses some of the color when compared to someone with lots of vibrant color. And this person I'm talking about, she would have been a warm autumn. Sarah is a soft autumn. Again, it illustrates perfectly what Sarah just said, and that is as somebody wanting to move into the soft palette, they will be less color intense sometimes than someone who is not.
Glad to be your demo.
Happy to have you.
Now, if you would like any infographics or images, examples, we will have it all posted over on Patreon. We like to give a little extra bonus to all of you who come over there. And we also have it available in our members here on YouTube.
If you have examples, like other Hollywood examples, I would love it if you posted them below. And it's a good exercise because we think of you as students. So we should be giving you homework. And your homework is to go out and find these for yourself.
Yeah.
Do exactly what I did. Find somebody, test them, look at their hair, see if you can compare them to somebody, a soft spring or a clear spring or other springs, and just post in the comments below, and that'll be your homework.
Now, we know you cannot post like individual photos. So if you need to be like Margot Robbie 2012 when she was promoting this, you can do that. We know that they are changing their hair all the time.
Yes.
There's different things going on with celebrities. We get it. So do not worry if you just like post somebody that
But the most important thing is that you do it.
Right.
That you see it, that you have it in front of you. We're not going to grade you, but if you force yourself to do 3 or 4 of these, you are going to be a better color analyst than you were before you did that.
Right. So thank you for joining us. Lastly, if you would like to follow us on any of our socials, links are down below. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.